Your engine idles rough, your power drops noticeably under load, and that check engine light keeps cycling back on. Then the shop quotes you $300 just to replace your EGR valve. Here's the kicker. In most cases, your valve isn't actually broken. It's just clogged and desperate for proper cleaning. In this video, I'll show you 10 critical steps to clean your EGR valve the Japanese way. You can do it completely at home for less than $15. And don't miss step 8. It's a technique even seasoned mechanics rarely mention, because it goes against everything the parts store will tell you. Number 1, wrong cleaner causes permanent damage. Here's what most people do. They grab whatever spray can looks industrial and assume it'll cut through carbon. Wrong. What nobody tells you is that many common degreasers contain harsh solvents that attack the rubber diaphragm and plastic components inside modern EGR valves. Those chemicals don't clean, they destroy. A Toyota technician in Nagoya showed me valve after valve that failed prematurely, simply because someone used carburetor cleaner on the wrong type of EGR assembly. The Japanese method demands one specific product, a dedicated EGR and intake valve cleaner, something like Liqui Moly Valve Clean, or an equivalent that's explicitly safe on sensors and seals. It costs maybe $4 more than generic solvent, but it can save you a $300 valve replacement. But even with the right cleaner, most people make a critical mistake in how they apply it. Number 2, application direction matters most. Most people just soak the valve opening and hope for the best. That's a mistake. The EGR valve contains a pintle, stem, and in many cases an electronic position sensor that cannot tolerate being flooded with liquid. You must direct the cleaner specifically at the carbon deposits, never at the electrical components. Think of it like cleaning grime off a watch without getting the movement wet. One careless spray into the wiring harness side can short the position sensor. When that happens, you're suddenly dealing with a valve that's stuck open or closed, and a repair bill far bigger than a cleaning. Work from the exhaust-facing port inward. Spray in short controlled bursts and let the cleaner dwell and penetrate. Now you might think you've mastered the technique, but there's a timing error that ruins everything. Number 3, soak time makes or breaks the result. Most do-it-yourself guides tell you to spray it, wait 2 minutes, and wipe it off. Let me warn you, that is nowhere near enough time. Carbon buildup on EGR valves is baked on at extreme temperatures. The cleaner needs at least 15 to 20 minutes of dwell time to soften those deposits properly. I once tried to rush the process after a 10-minute soak because I had somewhere to be. The valve looked clean on the outside, but within a week the rough idle returned because hard carbon deep in the passage had never softened. The Japanese method emphasizes patience. They soak the valve, walk away, come back, sometimes repeating the process twice before a single piece of carbon is physically removed. And here's something that will surprise you. Even a perfect soak won't help if you skip this next step. Number 4, clean the EGR passages, not just the valve. You can clean your EGR valve perfectly and still have the same symptoms. Why? Because you didn't clean the intake manifold passages where exhaust gases travel. A technician in Osaka showed me a spotless EGR valve, but the passage leading into the intake manifold was still half blocked with carbon. Within 2 weeks, that restriction pushed the deposits right back onto the valve seat. Before you reinstall anything, use a long-handled brush and additional cleaner to address the ports and passages connected to the valve. This extra 5 minutes can double the lifespan of a single cleaning job. If you thought cleaning was just about the valve itself, wait until you hear about this frequency mistake. Number 5, only clean when symptoms are confirmed. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of 90% of car owners. Here's where Japanese philosophy truly differs. In America, the EGR valve comes off at the first sign of trouble. Japanese mechanics only clean it when symptoms are confirmed. Rough idle under load, a failed emissions test, a fault code pointing specifically at EGR flow. Over-servicing is its own problem. Every removal risks snapping a seized bolt, cracking an aged gasket, or damaging a coolant line on water-cooled EGR systems. The rule is simple. If it isn't causing a confirmed problem, don't touch it. But here's the real kicker. What you've been doing every day might be accelerating the buildup faster than anything else. Number 6. Short trips are the real enemy. Most drivers assume EGR problems are purely a maintenance issue. They're often a driving habit issue. Short city trips, where the engine never fully reaches operating temperature, are the leading cause of accelerated EGR carbon buildup. The exhaust gases recirculate before they fully combust, leaving soft, wet deposits that bake on layer by layer over time. An engineer from Mazda's development division explained that engines driven regularly at highway speeds for 20 minutes or more self-clean the EGR system far more effectively than any spray product. Yes, your commute might be unavoidable, but a deliberate highway run once a week can meaningfully slow the rate of buildup, especially on direct injection engines that have no fuel washing the intake valves clean. Japanese mechanics treat driving habits as part of the maintenance plan, not an afterthought. Now this next one sounds minor, but it has caused more failed cleanings than anything else I've seen. Number 7, read the carbon before you clean it. Almost nobody talks about this, but the condition of the deposits when you remove the valve tells you everything about how to approach the cleaning. Fresh, soft carbon, black and slightly oily, responds quickly to a single chemical soak. Hard, baked-on carbon, gray, chalky, almost ceramic in texture, needs multiple soak cycles and will not fully clear in one session. Treating both the same way is exactly why so many DIY cleanings fail. Japanese mechanics assess the deposit type first, then decide how many soak and wipe cycles are actually needed. Sometimes that's 2 rounds, sometimes it's 5. Rushing a hard carbon job produces a valve that looks cleaner but still can't flow properly. And you'll be back doing this again in a month. Number 8, never use a wire brush on the pinel. How many of us have thought, I'll just scrub the carbon off and be done with it? Trust me, resist that urge completely. Wire brushes scratch the precision-machined seating surface of the pine toe and valve seat. Even micro-scratches create turbulence in exhaust gas flow and prevent the valve from sealing properly when it closes. Worse, wire bristles can break off and travel into the intake manifold, causing engine damage far more serious than a dirty EGR valve ever would. The Japanese method prohibits abrasive tools on any sealing surface. Use only a soft bristle brush or a wooden dowel to dislodge loosened deposits after the chemical soak has already done the heavy work. I ignored this once and created an EGR leak that cost me far more than the original cleaning was worth. Number 9, check the position sensor before you call it done. If you think the valve body is the only thing that matters, wait for this. Modern EGR valves are fully electronic. There's a position sensor built directly into the valve that tells the ECU exactly how far open it is at every moment. If that sensor reads incorrectly, the engine management system cannot control exhaust gas flow properly, even if the valve itself is physically spotless. Before reinstalling, reconnect the valve with the engine off and use a scan tool to check the EGR position sensor reading at rest. It should show fully closed. If it doesn't, cleaning solved half the problem, but the sensor is now your next job. Most people reinstall blind and wonder why the fault code returns within days. 5 seconds with a scan tool would have told them everything. Number 10, know when not to clean. This may be the most important step of all. Sometimes the EGR valve is not the problem. A failing coolant temperature sensor, a clogged catalytic converter, or a vacuum leak elsewhere in the system can produce symptoms identical to a stuck or dirty EGR valve. The Japanese diagnostic approach is methodical. They read the fault codes, pull live sensor data, and confirm the EGR system is genuinely at fault before a single bolt is turned. I've watched people clean perfectly functional EGR valves 2 and 3 times, trying to solve a problem that turned out to be a $40 sensor on the other side of the engine bay. If your valve shows no visible carbon buildup during inspection, stop and investigate other causes first. True EGR contamination is usually unmistakable. Heavy black deposits, sticky residue coating the passages, or a valve stem that physically resists moving through its full range of motion? If you don't see that, the answer is probably somewhere else entirely.